For the past 3 years, Holt Fintech Accelerator has been finding the world's most exciting new fintechs. From a global pool of 10,000, we received 1,800 applications and invited the best 3% to Selection Days, where the top 8 to 12 teams were chosen. While bringing the fintech ecosystem together in thrilling live events. Expectations for 2020 were high, with major team additions including co-managing partner Elizabeth Lett, Gaurav Bansal, investment associate, and research-based partnerships with Ivado for data science, as well as McGill University for behavioral science, corporate innovation champion Fairstone, and program sponsors Bain Public, Dentons, MNP, BDC, and Montreal International, as well as a suite of program supporters. Until So where do we go from here? History repeats itself. Like the Renaissance, during a time of the Great Plague, communication was challenged and led to the creation of the printing press. Today, COVID-19 has accelerated our need to communicate and exchange digitally. Through 6 virtual webinars in North America, Latin America, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, we processed 723 applications from 83 countries, becoming Canada's leader for early-stage scouting across any industry. Thousands of hours later, through our team and associated advisor army, we invested in 8 of the most promising fintechs to benefit humankind. Our response was a renaissance.
Trying to make some money before we die.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Holt Accelerator's world-famous 3rd annual Fintech Show, a Fintech Renaissance. While usually we'd be in front of a sellout crowd of 1,000 plus people, we are gathered here today remotely, illustrating our adaptability as humans. It is the best of times, it is the worst of times. For instance, we are witnessing a surge in fraud activity, so much so that one of our portfolio companies has concentrated solely on fraud, witnessing multi-million-dollar customer contracts, a 4x increase in revenues in less than 6 months. We are witnessing the acceleration of digital adoption, especially in fintech, with many of our portfolio companies receiving inbound customer requests, including from government, to help and government aid relief. We are witnessing the democratization of finance in many ways, including our portfolio companies raising equity crowdfunding rounds directly from their customers, helping to fill part of the pre-seed and seed stage funding gap. That said, this world is certainly not without its challenges. Remote work has been very mentally challenging, causing stress between teams and difficulty finding work-life balance. Customer priorities have changed, causing product pivots, as well as customer negotiation contracts to be stalled or completely canceled, further highlighting why cash is king, especially during a pandemic, with causing for some tough decisions, including business closures. Founders are not alone here, with many of us around the world facing our own challenges. If there is any beacon light in all of this, is that when we need to be. And the founders you're going to hear from today are shining examples of how we can persevere. Through our inaugural cohorts since 2018, we've invested in 27 companies across 10 different countries. Those companies have gone on to raise $25 million post-program, in which $17.5 million occurred during COVID-19. Those companies are now worth $300 million, increasing the book value from the initial investment by a factor of 3. A large reason this occurred is due to our growing advisor army, now 400 strong, representing hundreds of financial institutions, from financial institutions to institutional investors to academic organizations. Through this network, we've actually structured up to 50 deals. That's an average about 2 deals per company. For instance, François Coetzee, and Fairstone have been with us since the very beginning. They have actually partnered with 3 of our portfolio companies with multiple more deals in the pipeline. If you were to compare Fairstone's assets and employees to total number of partnerships, Fairstone's ratio would certainly be world leading. Now, a reason so many of these deals occur is that each investment was evaluated by hundreds of advisors prior to us even making that investment. This is made possible through our world-class team. That includes hundreds of years of experience and investment, from millions to billions of dollar deals to startups, 100+ deals as either the investor or the operator, as well as through corporate innovation, including the commercialization of deep tech and mergers and acquisitions. At this point, I'd actually like to welcome to the stage Elizabeth Lett, who joined us earlier this year in February as co-managing partner. Elizabeth was arguably our longest sales cycle, as she proverbially kicked in the tires for 2 years, as she moved from a mentor to me to a super advisor at Holt's, then an investor, and now managing partner. Elizabeth, great honor to have you here. Can you tell us what attracted you to the Holt opportunity?
Oh, thanks, Jed. I appreciate the introduction. I have to say that in my professional experience, kind of had the opportunity to watch the disruptive impact of robotics in manufacturing. Kind of puts a date on my age, but it was fundamental in terms of a learning process. It had a profound impact on the industrial world as we know it today. And I was reading recently an article on the S&P in terms of McKinsey basically stated that the lifespan of a company on the S&P went from 61 years down to 18. That's about a 4x in terms of length of longevity. And what that really means is the rate of innovation is changing so much faster today. And we all know, I'll coin it the Kodak moment, what happens when you miss the innovation step. What I'm so excited about is this transformation that's happening. And I feel like COVID-19 has just kind of been this riding whip on the horse, moving it faster and faster. I look, and the New York Times recently made a statement on, Square, Visa, PayPal, MasterCard being worth over $1 trillion as compared to the 6 largest banks in the US, roughly coming in at around 9 billion. Now, it's a close horse race from a technology side. And, that is a super exciting place to be. And what I've seen really is that at Holt, we have that opportunity in order to be able to have an impact. I look at the team that we have. I look at our extended advisory network, the thought leadership coming from that. I look at this global platform that we've built. And I think it's just a super exciting place to be able to have an influence and make an impact in this financial revolution that's happening today.
Great, Elizabeth. Well said. I would like actually to jump into the next part. Diversity has been incredibly important to us at Holt's. I know it's important to you as well. Can you talk a little bit as to why it's so important and a little bit of our results to date?
Well, thanks, Jen. We've had some great results, but I also, that's very near and dear to my heart. I read an article called, the sad truth about a world built for men. And I think this is kind of a good reference and foundation to look at the impact of technology. Men are more likely to be involved in car crashes, but however, surprisingly, 71% of women are injured when involved in a car crash, and tragically, roughly 17% actually die. What it means in terms of a world and technology that has been developed in a male-based human is actually translating over into a software world. And, it's significantly important that we work at grassroots level in order to be able to look at controlling that systemic bias. The primary way to do that is really starting at a founder level and the development teams that are associated. I think what's been incredibly impactful at Holt is that we've actually, I think, managed to turn that around. And sorry, I'm trying. One of the elements that is most important, that I think we've reached 75% diversity in terms of, let's see if that works, 75% diversity in teams, where 1/3 are actually women at an executive level. We've actually looked in terms of, which is actually exceeding 4x the industry average when we look at our portfolio today. And more importantly, I think at the grassroots, from Holt's perspective, is that we're building a diverse board, a diverse management team, and all of our resources across the board. We're roughly running about 85%, which I think makes an excellent foundation in order for us to have an impact here.
Well said, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Lastly, I'd like to introduce our final member of our team, Holt, our proprietary tech stack. Holt was born out of a collaboration between Ivido for data science and McGill University for behavioral science. Holt is our digital extension, enabling us to plug into many third-party systems, process millions of data points, and enabling us to operate at scale. Thank you, Holt. It's always been a priority for us to connect our nation from coast to coast, so that way we may have a better launchpad into the North American market. Actually become Canada's fintechs, global fintech scout, helping from immigration to incorporation. And as this platform is nationwide, the bulk of our deals actually occur within Canada, resulting in the fact that 75% of our investments are either from Canada or in the process of establishing in Canada. So this time, I'm actually incredibly proud to announce and honored to say, to help us with this mission of further unifying our ecosystem, BDC is a program sponsor this year, Canada's leader in supporting SMEs.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here today as part of the Holt Fintech Show. I think we all know that Canada is a great place to be an entrepreneur. We have pro-business policies, we have great technology innovation grants, but I think we all recognize as well that we have a community of advisors, mentors, people who can help you with those networks. I believe that fintech, like every other sector in Canada, is on a path to becoming a much more national and networked community of entrepreneurs. We see it in our own portfolio. We have over 5 specialist GPs now focused exclusively on fintech investments in Canada. In our portfolio of over 800 companies, we have almost 100 that are dedicated exclusively in fintech. We believe that fintech goes much broader than many people think. Ourselves as BDC, we're starting to see ourselves as part of that fintech community. We're on our own journey of discovery to how to digitize, particularly in the remote community that we're working in, how to bring our services, particularly our financing, fully online. At this point, we actually have 40% of our lending business already online and continue to strive to make that an even higher percentage. As Canada's most active venture investors, I think BDC will continue to be very supportive, both on the direct and in the fund investing side. And we hope to see many of you in the course of your journey as entrepreneurs, engaging with us, either as capital providers, as advisors to you, or as just supporters of the great ecosystem in which you're operating. So I wish you all the best in your conference and look forward to seeing you at some point on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, BDC. And thank you to our other program sponsors that include M&P, Montreal International, Dentons, and Bain Public. Thanks for all the work that you do in supporting our ecosystem and our fellow other fintechs. Through these program sponsors, hundreds of advisors, and our collective thesis that we derived this year, we identified 4 verticals that need to be focused on this year and include cybersecurity. The needs here are immediate and long-term, given the surge in fraudulent activity. Insurtech, especially given the insurance industry's acceleration to tech adoption. PropTech, with emerging innovations in loan origination, as well as equity securitization. And lastly, trade finance, especially in fields such as food and energy. Teams have been busy working with hundreds of advisors, cultivating these pitches, finding product market fit, and building those growth channels. So without further ado, let's hear why our response was a renaissance.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordana Bernstein and I'm a manager in the TMT group at M&P. M&P is a leading Canadian accounting, tax, and business consulting firm. We're passionate about helping startups thrive, particularly in the tech space. Now let's talk about Insurtech. has traditionally lacked the pace of innovation that has been seen in the banking sector. However, as per Willis Towers Watson, Q2 2020 saw new global funding commitments to the tune of $1.56 billion US dollars across 74 deals. In fact, there has been a 3.75 time growth in funding from 1.7 billion US dollars in 2016 to over 6.3 billion in 2019. Addressing these aspects, Holt has invested in 3 Insurtechs. The first one is Relativity 6, a Boston fintech company helping insurance brokers sift through the massive amounts of data they hold to identify and retain profitable customers, cross-sell and upsell at the same time. Sentro, helping group insurers give their customers the experience that they expect. Talem Health Analytics, a Nova Scotia-based Insurtech, offers a predictive AI injury causation tool which examines car data for severity, diagnosis confirmation, occupant motion, and recovery trajectory. As a partner of Holt, M&P is proud to be a sponsor of this edition of the Holt Fintech Show. Thank you for your time, and now let's meet the teams.
My name is Mark Phillips. I'm a digital transformation consultant.
Lena Ismail. I've been in the financial services industry, primarily on the technology side.
My name is Louis Regenball. I'm Vice President of Strategy and Innovation.
I was thrilled to get the opportunity to work with Sentro.
They were just on point.
In a lot of ways, what they're doing is groundbreaking.
They're brilliant minds and they have a lot of runway ahead of them.
They took a fresh perspective on an existing problem.
Sentro's product is clearly revolutionary.
There's so much opportunity in the insurance industry. It is ripe for disruption.
Sentro is occupying a brand new space.
An insurance company would look at this and just say like, wow, you've made it super simple for me to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish.
Oh, look at all these covered people. Sentro helps to cover all these people. Sentro.
Greetings from Auckland, New Zealand. I'm Hans Fraunlob. I'm the co-founder of Sentro. Sentro is a group insurance policy administration platform. Group insurance is a team sport. The insurer, the service provider, the broker, the employer all need to work together to give the employee a great experience. Our customers are insurance companies, and they need to really work together to improve great group insurance operations. Now, group insurers have got a really interesting challenge. As they merge and acquire competitors, they also accumulate layer upon layer of legacy technology. Over time, this becomes really expensive to maintain and really hard to change. It impacts their productivity and it holds back their service improvement. McKinsey say that the very top performing insurance companies actually spend less on IT and operations than their weaker competitors. So insurers really need technology like Sentro to stay up with the best. They're spending more money on it too. Gartner says that insurers are spending 10% more year on year on commercial software to improve their operations and their customer service. At Sentro, we give our group insurance customers an unfair advantage. We're cloud native, so we're fast to deploy. Once we're in place, our customers can create new products and plans in hours, not months. They can renew business in hours, not days. They can quote new business in minutes. They can onboard new customers and issue policies fully digitally end-to-end in real time. We give them efficiency in operations and the ability to innovate. Our customers agree. Delta Insurance wanted to launch a brand new group insurance proposition for group personal cyber insurance. From idea to full market launch, including a fully branded member portal and an integration with a third-party product, we got them live in 4 months. They told us it would have taken 12 to 18 months with any other solution. Sentro is an enterprise SaaS solution. Our business model is a monthly licensing fee and a variable fee based on the number of lives we administer on our platform. That means our deal sizes range from about $70,000 a year to over $1 million, depending on that policy volume. Sentro is a perfect fit for new entrants, but we've got a great pipeline of large incumbents in our sales pipeline. We launched Sentro last year, and from a standing start, we have 3 live customers and we're active contract negotiations with 2 more. We're generating inbound inquiries every week. We have over 110 qualified opportunities in our sales pipeline, and we're building partnerships to allow us to scale worldwide. Rob Ellis and I each have nearly 40 years of international business experience. Rob is on the board of Cigna New Zealand. He's also run Telstra New Zealand. He's also managed stage for Tina Turner. I've delivered service channels for the Toronto Blue Jays, ASB Bank, New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, Loblaws, and others. I'm also a New Zealand Olympian, so I know what it takes to bring a team together to achieve a really audacious goal. After hitting all our seed milestones, we're getting ready to launch a late seed round raising 1.25 million US. Before we've even started the round, it's 60% committed, and we're going to use that capital to increase our ARR fivefold and generate the business in our pipeline and convert it. So come on and join our team. We're going to change the way the group insurance is done worldwide. I'm Hans from Sentro.
My name is Laviva Mazhar. I'm an investment associate at Luge Capital.
My name is Guillaume Poirier. I'm currently industrial partnership advisor at Ivado.
I'm Philippe Frison. I'm a strategy consultant.
I'm Rhea Kalaf. I'm director of collaborative research and partnerships for FinML.
Talem is going after a specific problem within insurance.
Things are moving at a very rapid pace.
They address very specific and very targeted issue for insurance.
They're building this product ground up by working with insurance carriers.
They have a disruptive approach to insurance claims.
They bring a lot of expertise.
And you really identify a problem in the market.
Going after a unique solution with a unique problem.
Life is a highway, go the road with Talem Health. And a little, every side road and byway is analyzed by Talem Health.
Second leading cause for injuries and days lost work annually. As a physiotherapist, I've experienced the financial, medical, and social related impacts car accidents cause on my patients. Sam experienced the unthinkable in December 2018. She was in a car accident and suffered multiple injuries. Traditional claims management would take 2 weeks to assign and reserve the claim, leading to delays in Sam's care. Healthcare professionals evaluating Sam throughout the claim lifecycle lack information linking injury causation to diagnosis. The lack of transparency contributes to dissatisfaction and policyholder churn of up to 14% when an auto policyholder files a claim. A picture is said to be worth 1,000 words. For the policyholder, insurance carrier, and healthcare professional, the meanings differ. Talem's B2B platform combines a unique combination of AI and clinical expertise, improving claim outcomes one picture at a time. We back this by a proprietary set of data and image recognition, where we pair policyholders' key features, developing diagnosis, recovery, and cost modeling. The insurer can assign claims 80% faster, reserve 30% more accurately, and reduce settlement up to 20%. Healthcare professionals reviewing receive in-depth biomechanical analysis to link injury to causation. The power of Talem creates a faster, accurate settlement and a value-based care model, creating policyholder satisfaction and ROI for the insurer, which is why we demonstrated ROI of 20% reduction in third-party settlement for our 2 top tier 1 insurance companies and onboarded 2 customers over the past 3 months. Current contract value of those terms is $250,000 ARR, with total contract value in 2021 expected to be $1.2 million. And we're just getting started. Currently, we have 10 tier 1 insurers in our pipeline and globally expect conversion of 20 in the next 18 to 24 months. Our market channels in the US and Canada will enhance growth of our current pipeline contracts, converting to commercial growth at 2 million ARR individual contract value. Our team is fueled with subject matter experts and data partnerships, and our AI is applied to the expert level. It leaves it to the experts to provide enhanced decisions on medical necessity. With our current traction, we're raising $2 million in investment, where 50% of our round is almost committed and set to close November 30th. This will create runway to improve tech automation and accelerate full-scale commercial contracts to volume of 3,000 claims per month. Investment will create expansion within our current customers and partnerships in the global markets. I would say Talem makes a picture worth more than 1,000 words. For the insurer, it improves ROI and capital deployment, For the healthcare provider, it optimizes decision-making. And for Sam, this picture says it all. Thanks from the Talem team.
My name is Christian Laroche, and I'm the Vice President of Product and Innovation for our direct lending line of products at First Home.
I'm Manuel Morales. I'm a professor and researcher at the University of Montreal in the mathematics department.
Hi, I'm Brendan Holt-Dunn, CEO of Holden Family Office.
When we met them during the pitch days, they came across as, well, first of all, extremely knowledgeable.
They are also based out of Mexico.
They're hitting the sweet spot in a very giant international industry.
They were able to deliver a very, very compelling pitch.
It has a lot of applications in finance and insurance.
Alan came across as extremely knowledgeable.
The perspective that he brings is that one of somebody who understands the models and the mathematics behind the solution.
I love what they're doing.
Relativity 6 is of great help to us.
Demystify with our AI. We've got all the tricks when you use Relativity 6.
Hi there, my name's Alan Ringwald, co-founder and CEO of Relativity 6. At Relativity 6, we aim to be the predictive layer for insurance brokers and independent agents. Our company started out of MIT, and our core research was about ways that AI and machine learning could be used to better understand and predict customer behavior. But ultimately, that work focused on understanding the reasons behind purchasing decisions. In that purchasing decision research, our key insight was that context really, really matters when it comes to being accurate and actionable with machine learning. So on the left is what an insurance company typically knows about their customers, things like where they're based, types of policies they currently have or have had in the past, maybe even some claims history. But on the right is an example of how our technology provides the context needed to not only retain, but actually grow those customer relationships. Things like location-based events such as earthquakes or hurricanes, and how those events might impact a specific customer. Or even real-time industry-related insights like a string of recent cyber attacks, as well as benchmarked insights around similar customers, things like policies trending within that same industry, or even actual renewal rates of those recommended policies. But more specifically, there are two core prediction sets that come out of that context engine. Churn detection, also known as the propensity for a current customer to renew their policy, and cross-sell recommendations, or the propensity for an existing customer to purchase an additional policy. But where this gets really interesting is that we're not only predicting which customer should get what, but also when should that broker reach out and what should the broker actually say to best engage in and grow that relationship. In terms of results and impact, we've observed that we're able to more than double cross-sell conversions, leading to at least a 5% uplift in annual premium and an ROI of between 11 and 17 times. Also, our onboarding process happens in less than 2 weeks, and we're substantially more affordable than if you were to attempt this with your own data science team or hire an external data science vendor. In terms of traction, we're currently at 780,000 in recurring contracts. We have 8 core customers across the insurance space, representing over 150 million end customers that we've actually been able to analyze and put through our platform. But really the most exciting news is that we're seeing our fastest path to accelerated revenue within the insurance agency brokerage space, which is why in just the last 45 days, we've signed 2 of the top 30 insurance agencies in the US, including the #1 Hub International. We've also signed up AIG Singapore and have commitments from another 20 insurance agencies to onboard this quarter. We've also quickly generated an active pipeline of over 100 North American insurance agencies. Our team of 26 is staffed very heavily on the data science, data engineering side, and we're currently looking to grow our sales and marketing team to capitalize on all this recent traction. So we're raising 1.5 million solely to fuel our customer acquisition efforts, with 30% already committed. This money allows us to acquire at least another 200 agencies to get us to 3 million in annual recurring revenue, culminating in a Series A round 12 months from now. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I think it's safe to say that the world has changed dramatically over the last 6-7 months. Digital or online services used to be for the millennials, those who cannot live without their phones. Nowadays, it seems like everybody uses the different online services that are offered by the services and the businesses they want to interact with. The side effect of this move towards digital is the impact it has on cybersecurity. There is a strong correlation between the number of services offered online and the risk of being hacked. While the tools used today to prevent from being hacked are good and absolutely necessary, they were created in a time when online meant browsing your favorite website or watching cats on Facebook. For this reason, we think that there's a tremendous opportunity to create cybersecurity tools that are rooted in today's online world. This is also why we see a lot of value in being associated to an accelerator like Holt's, because we believe it is through this type of accelerators that we will find those startups. And this is why we think that startups are best positioned to answer this challenge, because startups don't have legacy. Startups innovate. Startups are nimble and capable to adapt to a world in which a virus can send the whole planet back home in a matter of weeks. That will raise to the challenge and define the new way to address this significant and material cybersecurity risk. Thank you so much. And now let's welcome Naoris.
My name is Peggy Van de Plash as a managing partner at World Growth.
I'm Elena Gaudet, and I'm the Chief of Staff and Head of Operations in the Cloud Security Product Division of Cisco Systems.
I'm Scott McAndrew. I'm a trader, portfolio manager, and hedge fund manager.
Naoris is absolutely on a winning trajectory.
What got me really interested was the founder's background.
Their business model makes a lot of sense.
So I was very much attracted to the revolutionary and the highly effective solution that they've come up with.
They have a great energy.
Their drive, their vision, their experience.
They had everything they needed to actually execute.
This is exactly what will propel them to achieve that next level of growth and maturity for their business.
Because maybe Naoris can save me with their protocol. It's a blockchain wall.
Good evening, everyone. Naoris Living Security Ecosystem. As founders, we have more than 35 years of experience in cyber and business. David was the youngest global chief information security officer at the age of 30, advising nation states on cyber war and cyber risks. Myself, I was the operations executive for the largest clients in AT&T, like IBM and Apple, with budgets over $100 million. As inspiration, we looked at the most successful ecosystems on Earth. When a predator comes into the jungle, all animals detect him, and the jungle shouts in alarm. Unlike in digital ecosystems, currently there is no advantage of having many connected devices, as they cannot detect a threat together. The world loses $6 trillion to cyber damages a year. Cyber threats spread rapidly, but detection is slow. It takes 197 days to detect a cyber breach. Introducing Naoris, the future. We have developed the first distributed threat detection and endpoint security platform, our proprietary technology. Within Naoris, every single endpoint, such as servers, phones, laptops, become active players in business security, and together they actively monitor the security integrity of each other. Just like in jungle, we reduce the 197 days for breach detection to less than 5 seconds by providing an additional security layer. On top of existing infrastructure, we detect unknown threats like cyber weapons, ransomware, zero-day phishing. Naoris is more reliable, scalable, and accurate, and also easy to deploy and integrate. And we do not need to collect any customer data. We have had amazing traction. We signed 3 multi-billion-dollar companies for pilots, signed LOIs to connect more than 30,000 devices globally with projected revenue of $1.5 million. Our business model is simple. SaaS, subscription-based. We plan to expand by signing resellers and security providers. We have multiple sales leads from fintech space and a booking from large car manufacturer. Our brand ambassador, former chief of NATO, cyber intelligence said that the world needs to play a different games against hackers, and Naoris is it as such. We have engaged with global leaders and advisors like VP of Morgan Stanley, Raytheon, Cisco. We have won multiple prizes, Most Disruptive Cyber Vendor of 2020, Best Blockchain Project 2019, and Naoris was mentioned in most prestigious publications like InfoSecurity magazine. We are finalists of Mass Challenge, We Accelerate, and Startup Chile. We are onboarding clients and working on our seed round of 1.5 million euros. Join us and change your cybersecurity paradigm today. Thank you. Monica from Naoris.
COVID-19 has drastically impacted the availability of capital to businesses across sectors worldwide. Despite those challenges, agri-finance and trade finance are two key financing sectors. For example, by 2026, global trade finance is estimated to be approximately a US $80 billion market, which involves the issuance of letters of credit, receivables and invoice financing, export financing, insurance, and more. High transaction volumes and value of commodity trading can tie up significant working capital and inhibit the growth of a business. In addition, there are more than 570 million farms in the world today. Even though approximately 2 billion people, or 26.7% of the world's population, derive their livelihoods from agriculture, this sector has seen challenges when it comes to accessing credit. In turn, technologies such as AI and blockchain enable innovative business solutions to address these challenges. And this year, Holt invested in two such companies. The first is Agryo, a Brazil-based fintech that uses its AI algorithms on data to assist financial institutions in assessing the credit risk profile of farmland. Fidectus, a Swiss-based fintech that assists energy traders to manage the high operational costs, working capital, duration of credit exposure, and risks through its AI engine. Thank you so much for your time, and please welcome the Agryo and Fidectus teams.
I'm Marcos Carvalho. I'm a co-founder and chief revenue officer at Nest Ready.
My name's Adam Keith. I'm an independent advisor and a business consultant in the space sector.
My name is Rojin Nair, currently general manager of fintech solutions at Celero.
And I believe, they have a great potential. It's a company coming from Brazil.
I was just immediately attracted to the concept.
This project presented very clearly a challenge and a problem which needs to be addressed.
The founders are experienced, ethical professionals driven by purpose.
They understand agriculture and they understand farming.
The founders themselves are great academic intellect.
Right from the start, he understood how agriculture works.
The future's unpredictable, but you'll be in the know when you analyze with Agryo.
Good evening. I am Zach Silva. Along with our Chief Operating Officer, Leis Teixeira, we are here today to share our incredible journey to solve a global scale problem. By 2050, there will be a huge demand for food production growth. In fact, this might become a global crisis. Projections from the World Bank are nearly 500 million farming families around the globe with difficult to access credit from financial institutions. Why this is happening? This is happening because it's difficult for financial institutions to underwrite the risks on agribusiness. The total size of the agri-land market is $4.4 trillion a year. The size of the market for agri services is $150 billion a year in opportunity. And our initial target market is North America. So Agryo help financial service industry to get better and reliable risk intelligence on the agribusiness lending. So how do we solve the problem? Let's say we onboard a client, a bank, and their clients, the farmers, input a few data points in their lending interface. We collect that data with our proprietary seals engine, which is our secret sauce. We enrich with over 500 different variables, even satellite data. With that, we model the risk using artificial intelligence. With this, we deliver credit risk reports with timestamped in blockchain, near real-time monitoring, and all the fraud detection on each contract. This whole IP package is what differentiates us. The value we provide our clients, the banks, the financial institutions, can lower their costs and speed up their process. The farmers can have the so needed capital to improve their operations. And we help our customers to align with sustainable development goals. Since our inception in 2019 in Brazil, we are now operating in 3 countries, including Canada, working with agribusiness giants like Agryo and banks, with a huge pipeline of clients, over 60 different companies, and incredible partnerships like European Space Agency. To further develop our product and increase our presence, we are looking to raise $2.3 million that we will use it to develop our product, hire more talent, and increase our operation. In the next 24 months, achieve 12 million in revenue and 30 plus clients. We have a strong mix of domain, tech experience, and agri-finance, with over 75 years on the space, and we are counting on you to help us in this journey and further develop these markets. Thank you.
My name is Mark Hemsley. I sit on the advisory board for Fidectus.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wagner. I'm an advisor to Fidectus.
My name is Steve Swanson. I am the former CEO and founder of a company called Automated Trading Desk.
Fidectus is going to have great growth potential in the market.
I thought that proposition was extremely interesting.
Immediately, they're solving a problem for the industry.
What I saw there were people who were very knowledgeable about the sector.
They were very experienced individuals.
Jens in particular has a deep, long experience in the energy trading space.
They've got a clear vision of their strategy.
The end result feeling for me is that this team can really execute.
There's going to be so many different directions they can move into.
November 12, 2015. It is dark and cold outside. I'm meeting Chris, a client of mine. We share multi-million successes in energy. After a nice dinner and a delicious dessert, we talk about brokers and energy traders facing gaps in their cross-company post-trade process. They experience 10 times higher costs as investment banks, have 20 to 51 days extended credit risk exposure, and billions of illiquid capital. But why is that? Imagine exchanging tens of thousands of invoices for complex trading products with hundreds of your counterparties every month. Imagine these being PDFs, spreadsheets, and paper by fax and email. And imagine you need to reconcile before payments occur. Well, some disappear, some are not paid, some are wrong and disputed. But most importantly, it just takes very long. Having another dessert, Chris and I have an idea. We can solve that problem, and by doing so, unlock new ways to enable traders and brokers to optimize their working capital. The industry knows the issue for almost 20 years. They simply had higher priorities, made a lot of money, high margins, reverse charge, and regulatory reporting to be implemented. Well, times have changed in the meanwhile, and we started our journey. I remember the best day of my consulting career. PwC approved funding our vision. But just 2 weeks later, we identified a conflict of interest. So we transferred all IP and started Fidectus, the best choice ever. We went commercially live in April 2020. Here is how it works. We connect energy traders and brokers. They send us trade data. Our platform does the augmentation and reconciliation for them, cross-company and fully automated. We become the cogwheel in their process and unlock things they could not do before. They now experience up to 90% cost savings, an average of 50% in credit risk reduction, and up to 90% of cash flows untied. 4 of the largest energy traders are our anchor clients. We have a flow of $4 billion on our platform. Our revenue achieved to date is $200,000. We've grown the sprout. How do we get there? Well, the magic starts with our team. Imagine the odds of finding 4 credible personalities with complementary skills, a shared vision, and a joint passion. Fidectus is that team and company. Together with our world-class advisory board, we have over 175 years of experience in energy, trading, and delivering enterprise software. Our revenue is a function of transactions multiplied by a fee per commodity. This results in a $3.4 billion opportunity just in energy globally. And we are growing one tree here. There are a whole lot of other commodities we can go after, making this a multi-billion opportunity with multiple trees to grow. Converting just 10 to 15 new clients in our pipeline of 100 will make us $2 million revenue by 2021. To enable this growth and to get us in a great shape for Series A, we start raising $1.4 million in October. Plant your seed and join us grow the forest.
Confident that your engineering team is not delivering the right features? Are you thinking of firing your CTO? Hold off a second. You might have a product leadership issue. Hi, I'm Paul, founder and CEO of Bain Public. We work with accelerators such as Holt, startups, and corporations to remove organizational frictions and boost the way roadmaps add value. With Bain Public, think big, transform, and grow faster. With the COVID-19 impacting physical customer interaction, digital solutions have become a critical requirement for scaling businesses. PropTech has seen innovation solutions in real estate for digital customer onboarding, smart homes, security, investments, etc. A staggering $31 billion of VC money has been spent in PropTech investment in 2019 alone. Holt reviewed a lot of PropTechs invested in Ownest and SolidBlock.
My name is Maggie Dunphy, and I am the CFO of Holden Family Office Canada.
Hi, I'm Brendan Holt-Dunn, CEO of Holden Family Office.
My name is Scott McAndrew. I am a trader and portfolio manager from Toronto, Canada.
Well, I love how SolidBlock is revolutionizing the real estate investment space.
They're not only increasing the liquidity, but also drastically reducing the cost.
I really got impressed with their idea of the democratization of real estate.
I have tremendous respect for both Yael and Yuval, the founders or co-founders of SolidBlock.
I was also very impressed with the team.
She's just an amazing person, and I just love her energy.
I really enjoyed their attention to detail.
I know that she will be successful because of her passion.
With tokenized real estate assets, buildings become like a stock. Once everything's built on the blockchain, you're gonna need SolidBlock.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Yael Tamar, CMO and co-founder at SolidBlock. My story starts on Wall Street almost 20 years ago, where I worked for a broker-dealer into M&A, private equity, and financial engineering for over a decade. All the while, my dream was to become a real estate investor. However, early on, I realized that real estate investment is closed by design. You need intensive capital to invest. Deals are largely inaccessible, as well as your capital is locked for 5 to 10 years. That's why we created SolidBlock, which enables investors to buy and sell any property at any time, just like NASDAQ for real estate. With our blockchain platform and our global network of compliance and distribution partners, we're able to lower capital requirements to just $5,000 to $10,000. We're able to raise globally, and we're adding liquidity to investors. Our platform transforms illiquid assets into tradable securities, connecting asset owners with investors and traders through our token issuance platform and our partnerships, which are trading platforms, exchanges, and more. Our claim to fame is the St. Regis Aspen coin, which was the first ever commercial real estate tokenization in the world. It raised $18 million on our platform in under 4 months, bringing in $200,000 in revenue for SolidBlock. This asset is now trading on a platform called T0 at a 30% premium. Our business model is 1.5% from raise plus carried interest for the projects we're partnering with. We offer a well-diversified portfolio of assets, which are real estate assets in Phuket, Thailand, including Best Western, and Europe, UK, and Israel, logistics, and residential real estate. As I mentioned, our partnerships include exchanges and distributors and compliance partners and such. Right now is the best time to invest in tokenization because of the increased demand for liquid products, as well as regulation that is open to blockchain-enabled trading. Tokenization is just the beginning. Our financial service platform offers much more, including indices and benchmarks, cross-listing and interoperability of exchanges, collateralization for tokens to secure loans, and stablecoin transfers instead of bank transfers. The real estate market in the world is massive. It's $300 trillion of total property value in the world, yet only 1% is tradable. We're here to bridge this gap. In order to reach our vision, we need about $2.2 million, out of which about a third has already been secured. Join us. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Eric Tung. I am the General Manager of North America for Receipt Bank.
Hi, I'm Brendan Holt Dunn, CEO of Holt Family Office.
Ownest is solving a real pain point and a real opportunity within our economy.
Kendall has a great background, 25 years of experience in the industry.
Ownest is looking to transform the lending process, specifically for mortgages.
He's professional, well-spoken.
The opportunity to take a fresh perspective to really improve the customer experience.
He's on track to be an exceptional company in the mortgage industry in Canada and globally.
There's a big opportunity for us to have more innovation in our financial ecosystem, and companies like Ownest are key people that I want to support to enable that to happen.
Cause you'll know A to Z, all your KYC, symbols when you know them with Ownest. A car or a home can be simpler with Ownest now.
Hi, I'm Kendall, CEO of Ownest. I've spent over 20 years as a mortgage broker and know firsthand how outdated the traditional lending process is. My day was filled with time-consuming, manual tasks like following up with clients and filling out paperwork. But do you know what the biggest problem was? The inability to actually know your customer. What's their real ability to borrow? And how can you increase the lifetime value of the customer? Ownest's autonomous financing platform solves these problems and more. Last year, Ownest launched our digital mortgage platform. Here's how it works. First, the customer gets instantly pre-approved using our lead qualifying tool. Then, the customer self-manages an easy online application. Our software searches 125 lenders, 22,000 mortgage products, and matches the borrower with the lender, kind of like the Expedia of mortgages. The Ownest advantage for borrowers is convenience and choice. The benefits for lenders and affiliates are by automating tasks like pre-approval, underwriting, and client communications, it's 70% faster. It's an unheard of qualified lead pipeline. Google sends you the leads, and Ownest tells you who can actually purchase. Lender pull-through rates increase up to 90%. Sounds great on its own, right? But the real magic lies within our financing approval engine. With permission-based questions, Ownest gives you valuable insight about your customer, like verified income based on the 5 C's of credit, pulled directly from Revenue Canada, plus demographics and more. Imagine, now you, as the vendor, have the power to control the sale with upselling and cross-selling opportunities because you know your client now and throughout their entire purchasing life cycle. This gives vendors customer insight like never before. Ownest has 3 revenue streams: SaaS, brokerage commissions for completed loans, and a data fee for using our pre-qualification tool for that valuable customer insight. We're on track for $800,000 by the end of the year, and 70% of Alberta's largest home builders are already using our platform, including Brookfield Canada. We launched our mortgage software in 2019. We started with just 2 sales channels. And now we've expanded the features of our software, and our sales channels have also expanded. Within the next year, we will partner with unsecured lenders and insurance companies and enter into the international markets, which will increase our potential revenue exponentially. We're asking for strategic and smart investors for business growth opportunities. And we're looking to raise $5 million so we can define the future of financing. On behalf of everyone at Ownest, thank you for your time.
Wow, that was fantastic. It's hard to believe all those pitches were live in each of their respective locations around the world. As you can tell, the companies we invest in are diverse and solving a range of our society's greatest challenges. Now it's your turn. Take this opportunity to vote. You can actually, if you're on the Montreal Connect platform, head on over to the polling side and vote for your favorite fintech. Let's see who this year's favorite fintech was for this year's Holt Fintech Show 2020 Fintech Renaissance. Now, at this time, while you do that, I'd actually like to announce the opening of our newest $50 million fund, a second fund dedicated to supporting seed and the best seed and Series A companies as they move up in the pipeline there. It will be available only and solely to advisors and accredited investors. So if you are interested, please reach out and let us know. And lastly, I just can't help but thank all the advisors that worked together to be able to make this year happen the way that we were able to do. And so, we do work tirelessly to try to support the advisors and ensuring the best experience, from giving value in terms of access to deal flow, whether that be either as a partner, a system vendor, or investment opportunity, or joining as an advisor to those startups. Sometimes it's about networking, even between advisors, so that they can learn and hear from each other. And yes, access to VIP events and content along the way, all in a kind of fun and engaging manner, as you can tell. That said, sometimes the best value the advisors can receive is appreciation. And on that note, we want to thank advisors.
Austin Hubble, Terry Kahn, Barry Friesen, Eric Tung, Jonathan Fickman, Mayo Amar, and Marcos Carvalho. Timur Shomansarov, Matan Hazanov, Sepem Aliv Kukulaju Olbrich, and Roy Ko. We want to thank advisors. Yeah, our world keeps turning. You keep us learning. We want to thank advisors. There's no surprises, 'cause you advise us. Damador, Arapakakota, Lilia, Tira, Fildau, Rogenaire, Fraser, Anderson, Hadrian, Matsurayanis, Nectarios, Econo, Makis, Edmund, Eldebs, Kate Grant, and Paul O'Chaney. You want to thank advisors. Yeah, our world keeps turning. You keep us learning. We want to thank advisors. You get us through it. You're why we do it. Connor Edwards, Francois Code, Scott McAndrew, David Munoz, Daniel Ferry, Thomas Park, Dave Dufresne, Mark McLean, Alex Barrett, Olga Ardman, Christian LaRoche, Malcolm Ferbert, Lucas Timberlake, Alexander Barclay, and Korkachem, Ray Calif, Manuel Morales, and who could forget Massimo We want to thank advisors. Yeah, there's no surprises, cause you advise us. We want to thank advisors. Yeah, you get us through it. You're why we do it. We want to thank advisors.
Thank you to our wonderful program sponsors from Fairstone, BDC, MNP, Montreal International, Denton's. We couldn't have done this without you. Thanks so much for your support this year. Hey, shout out to StreamStage. Wasn't this a fun and engaging time here? Thank you to our world-class advisors. If you are interested in getting involved, reach out to us. We'd love to see if you can join that advisory army. The show may be over, but the networking has just begun. Click the Meet Founders button if you're on the Montreal Connect page, the Zoom link where you are actually going to provide access to meet them personally. From all of us at Holt, thank you for joining, and let's allow this global response to be our renaissance. Thank you, everybody.